What up, guys? Chaos Overdrive here, and I got some tea to spill. And this ain't like normal tea, right? This ain't no FGC gossip or anything like that. This is something I've never, ever done before, which is bash an event. Now, for those who don't know me, I'm a commentator slash tournament organizer for mostly things that go in and on around Houston. So, to say the least, I know what I'm doing when it comes down to being able to put together an event, not only for myself, but other vested parties as well. So, I got approached along with some other people to run a tournament at a convention, right, in Galveston. Now, you're going to say, chaos, COVID, blah, 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 blah. I took the risk, and so did the rest of the crew that worked with me. This is a big venture that we had never done before, at least as a group. I've done other anime conventions. I don't really want to mention them, but I've been around, you know? So I knew exactly what they needed, especially depending on what they wanted. And that it comes with equipment, scheduling, and everything like that. And we'll get into that in a second, because I swear to God, we're going to get into everything. If you thought this was going to be a short video, go ahead and just leave now. They'll probably be like a twit longer or something like that. But we're in for the long haul, because I'm about to stretch this, all right? Stretch cheeks on this. So the convention in question was proposed to us by a third-party organizer. Now, out of respect for them, I won't name them, right? But they're a gaming organization with a storefront and everything like that, and they're really legit. And they were approached about it, but they don't do tournaments like that. You know, they sell merchandise, they do all the things that they need to do for the gaming community in their own way. However, truly organizing an event is not their strong suit, right? So they said, well, we know these guys, me and a lot of you guys know him as Royale Con Queso. Really good guy, you know. And we were approached with the same proposition. Hey, you guys already established here in Houston. You don't have to do it under your own name. But, you know, they would be really appreciative if you guys could lend a hand. Now, the only reason why we were given a shot is because the people that they had already hired apparently skipped out with the money over a fugazi-ass excuse. Whatever the excuse was, who gives a damn? But we saw this as an opportunity to be able to grow as an organization and as faces for our community, you know, and to also help them out, you know, networking. This is how we grow as a business. So we stepped up to the plate. Not only did we come up with the scheduling, we came up with the games. The only game that we were told that needed to be there was Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, Cold War is the newest thing now, but that was the most recent Call of Duty at the time. And it was done or asked with the goal in mind of having their personal own esports team for Call of Duty debut and kind of showcase their talents. So we thought that was pretty cool. We'll put together something, right? So let's go ahead and unveil who these people are, and then we'll get into greater detail over not only what happened, but the reason why I'm making this video as well. So let's go ahead and go down here. Where we at? Right here. Bam! Galveston Island Esports Summit. This was a weekend. Now, there's a different date up here now, and I'm going to get into that in a second, because they plan on doing a follow-up one August 27th, 29th, and next year, 2021. And under normal circumstances, I would have been ecstatic to have worked with them and tried to do something even bigger and better than what we did. However, when they came to us, they had nothing. Not a damn thing, right? So not only did we have to come up with other games and entertainment to have to be run there, but we even told them what they needed to do this thing, like the equipment list and everything they needed, the type of games and all that stuff. Now, in normal circumstances, especially for fighting games and stuff like that, gaming generation would have been like right up our block, but because of COVID, they weren't really trying to do that. So we let the organizer know, and I'm gonna pull up some stuff on him in a second as well. But we had to make do with what we had and give them what we needed to run. So first off, let's go to activities, right? So under this tournament section, at one point there was nothing here, not a damn thing here. And then for us to have to come up with a way for their esports team to be able to showcase themselves, we came up with a nice system, right? We played gunfight. We had a bunch of entrants. We made sure that got like sorted out. And I'll get to that in a little while when I discuss the entire weekend. But let's go over some of the stuff real quick. So as you can see, showcased. Oh, by the way, all these pictures were provided by us as well. Like they couldn't even figure out how to find like the pictures and stuff that needed to be on their own website. Nope, we needed to provide all that stuff too, which we had no problem with doing. As you can see, everything is up here. So Apex was supposed to be on like a free play kind of thing. Same thing with Rocket League, Minecraft. Everything else was supposed to have a tournament, including Valorant, right? That didn't happen at all. I'm going to try to keep cursing to a minimal. I might get a little heated now and then and drop a couple bombs, but for right now, we're going to keep it civil, right? So, of course, we need consoles in order to run 90% of the stuff that was up here. Modern Warfare, run on console. Apex, console. Rocket League, console. Valorant, right? Valorant, we were supposed to get equipment for PCs. Guys, when I tell you equipment was scarce and not provided, we had to bring some of our own PlayStations just to make sure. And they told us, if anything happened to our consoles, that they would be replaced. Hindsight, I don't think they would have gotten replaced with the way that all of this ran, if you can say anything ran at all. Boy. Everything down here, including the scheduling list and when stuff was supposed to go on, also provided by us. They didn't even have like a rough structure because they had panels, right, for people to talk. But half the time we didn't get a scheduling list on when that stuff was supposed to be. Like pretty much the day before, they were like, oh, here's the thing. Can you like fit stuff there? And we're like, what else choice do we have? So, first off, half of this did not run. We had Apex on like one console. We barely had consoles. We needed to have 12 in total at the end of the day for Call of Duty. And I'll explain how that works in a second. But that didn't happen. And so we had like one console with Apex, one with Rocket League. Valorant did not happen. They did not get any of the PC equipment that they needed to run any of this. It was just not there. In fact, we gave the equipment list weeks before. Now you would say, well, why not months before? Because they already knew. Once again, the people that they had already bounced on them. So they were left with literally nothing. So anything that we had done at that point should have been looked at as like the almighty saving grace. And for the weekend, they made us feel like saviors. They really did make us feel like we pulled through. Because not only did we do our job to the best of our ability, but when it came down to the Call of Duty tournament, it was the hypest thing all weekend. But chaos, it was a convention. Shouldn't there have been like multiple things to do? No. One of the runners that came up there with us actually said if we hadn't done what we did with the Call of Duty tournament, which in our opinion was definitely a success and a highlight of the weekend, the most that guests would have been able to do was play with some giant prop laser gun that another one of the booths brought. Oh, let's speak on attendance. Let's speak on attendance. There had to have been like less than 100 people in the building, and I'm really over exaggerating that. I don't mean like total. I mean people who paid for badges to be there, because of course you had booth vendors and like they had to bring staff, and like the Army was there and T-Mobile was there and all this other stuff, and they probably thought they were gonna get a lot of traffic to their things. I'm sad for the Army, because usually when they go out and do stuff, you know, they're told by their recruiters that they need to have like X amount of signups or like, you know, some type of commitment from people there. There weren't enough people there to probably even meet their quota. And this is no exaggeration. It looked dead. And I've been to the Galveston Convention Center before for like OniCon and other events, and that place is packed from top to bottom, you know, outside of Corona. They didn't even have a convention this year because they were worried about it, right? So red flag there anyway. But I digress. We had about 15 or so people in the Call of Duty tournament. We ended up being able to do commentary. Unfortunately, there is no match footage, which I'm pretty sure the owner of the esports team is probably grateful for, because god damn, just wait till I get that. See, I dropped one, I can't help it, but it was that serious, brother. I tell you that. So let's go through the website a little bit more together, right? So first off, before we even got to do any of this, we were kind of like warned about these people, or at least people who they bought the rights to the convention itself and kind of changed its name around and stuff like that. And we were warned. And one of the warning signs was on this exhibition floor, they had like this weird ass, like, let me go to the floor plan. They had this weird ass gay girls room, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. First off, cringy as hell. Why do you have a girls room? Second of all, it wasn't a room. It was like a sectioned off little space, right? And it had a big white placard that said girls room. There wasn't anything special in the girls room. There wasn't like anyone in the girls room, because there was barely anybody anywhere. But yeah, weird as hell, but we kind of disregarded it. We thought maybe, you know, like that's the area that you go to as a female, if someone's bothering you or a creeper is there. Good in name, but not in practice. So right here, as you can see, all this stuff was set up exactly how it looks. And in this 51st Legion over here, that's where they had the damn like big giant laser gun thing. It was kind of cool. I played with it, you know, we got a little tossed one night, and I was like, I want to go shoot the gun, because it was kind of cool. But when that's one of the only attractions at your convention, then there's a problem. So like this virtual reality room, they tried, but it was whack. First off, these zones were just kind of curtained off. They weren't really zones. They were just there. T-Mobile, NASA had like this giant like SpaceX looking like inflatable in the middle of the room. The Army had like it was like a truck that they pulled in, and it had like stuff that you can go in there and basically like test, and it was like, this is a model of like the gun and blah 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 blah. Anyway, it was kind of lame. But as you can see, there are 2 zones designated here, and that's where me and my consorts were to set up and have our tournaments. Now, dude, like when we got there, first off, on the Thursday that we got there just a little late due to personal reasons or whatever, but we were very transparent about that we were going to be a little late and et cetera, et cetera. So we didn't even get to set up on Thursday, but it doesn't matter anyway, because they didn't have most of the consoles, tables, or any of that stuff really set up. So when we come in on Friday morning, no. Let's back up. Before Friday morning, first off, we're Houstonians. We don't stay in Galveston. And anybody who stays in Houston knows that G-Town is clearly 45 minutes to an hour plus drive with traffic, something like that. You would expect that if you need us to run your tournament and we don't stay in Galveston, that you would get us a hotel room. Hotel room was not procured. In fact, we were told that we needed to go find a comparable close hotel room, and then they would pay for it. And that was begrudgingly, because that has a backstory to it as well. But it was eventually done. We're not going to, first off, why would we drive back and forth every day when we need to be there early in the morning? That's just not efficient. But you'll come to find out efficient was nowhere in any of these people's vocabulary, okay? It was pretty bad. So we get the hotel, we wake up early that morning, we shuffle in, we got all of our stuff, we got our helpers and everything like that. We look at the zones that we're given. We do the best that we can do with the equipment that was provided. And it wasn't very much. And thank the Lord that we decided to bring our own consoles, even though we were all kind of uneasy about that. Because once again, if it's hard for you to buy a hotel room, if one of our consoles breaks down, like because of someone misusing it or mishandling our stuff, it's hard to believe that you guys will replace it. And we'll get into that too. Bro, there's so much tea. Guys, keep sipping. Keep sipping. Let me move around here a little bit, right? So they had these panels, and I swear, okay, so that's the host of panel. Where's the stuff? Where's the good stuff, right? So activities. So once again, we had the tournaments and we had all that stuff. So we set up, and half the consoles don't have what they need. We have to get them hooked up to internet, get this stuff downloaded. Like I said, we had one Apex and everything like that. So at the end of the day, we set up, we bring enough consoles to hold all of the fighting game tournaments. And that was supposed to be on a Friday. As you can see, it's down here, Friday, all the FGC titles, right? Now, because of their poor marketing and PR, nobody really knew fighting games were there. So we had to hit a lot of people in our community in order to come up there and play. That did not go good at all. We ended up having free play for the people that came down and stuff like that. Now keep in mind, you have to pay for the badge for the convention, which is normal. But then they were asking us to charge a venue fee and an entrance fee. The entrance fee pretty much ended up covering what we would give the players when they won, if and when they won. Because they also did not want to put up any pot money for any of the activities that we had. They wanted them there, but they didn't want to pay out. So the only other way to do it is how we do it normally. You pay into a pot, X amount of people get part of that pot depending on your placing. So we didn't have enough people to run any FGC titles. Friday was basically free play, do it your day kind of thing. But it was okay because we still had fun. You know, it's what we do. We play fighting games. We had people come down. It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't what we wanted, but it was okay. Now, Saturday and Sunday were the days that we really needed to tighten up. Why? Because that was the main event. Modern Warfare. Call of Duty was the big draw for this. And why? Because once again, they wanted their professional esports team to be debuted and give them time to shine. So what we ended up doing was coming up with a gunfight system, and we ran it like a fighting game bracket. And we needed 6 players to form a team to play Call of Duty League styled rules. Just to get into that briefly, it's hardpoint, domination, search and destroy. It's best of 5. If it's tied at the end of 3 or anything like that, they roll over and they play hardpoint and domination once again to kind of break that tie. So we did it. We did it. We got the people that we needed to get. It was so damn hype, and I'm so sorry that I can't provide a link or anything like that to maybe a video to where you guys can see it, but it ran beautifully. And that was despite not having copies of the game, which, let me go ahead and touch on that, right? We had to not only find someone to provide all the copies of the game, because they didn't look at the equipment list. They didn't adhere to the equipment list. They wanted to do everything last minute. And I do mean last minute. So last minute that we ended up having to get one of the sponsors at the convention to come out of their pocket to pay for multiple copies of the game. And when I say multiple, I mean like 6 or 7 copies of this one game, right? And because they didn't want to let us go out and get physical copies, we had to purchase and download all of these games onto these consoles in basically one day. Now, I don't know if any of you guys have been to conventions before, but convention halls usually don't have the best internet. Granted, we were wired, but that's still at least 6 copies of the game immediately that we needed to not only download, but update and configure to make sure that they were correct to play on for our gunfight tournament. So we spent the better half of Friday and Saturday morning, which we had to get up at like maybe 7 o'clock in the morning to get in, download all of these, right? And we downloaded them. They weren't even all done at the same time, of course. So we kind of had to like run the tournament while the other ones were downloading. So when we had 2 finished, we got the prelims going and got all that stuff rolling. By the end of the day, well, by midday, all of them were finished and we were pretty much almost done with the tournament. This is so much, guys. This is so much. So we finally get our 6 players ready. And jokingly, I asked the esports team, what happens if you guys lose? And they were so cocky. They were so damn cocky. No way we're gonna lose. And these guys were flown from like every part of the damn United States. They didn't even all stay in one state. They got flown in. Now you got money to fly people in and do all this stuff, but you ain't got money for the damn games that we need or the equipment we need. But whatever, I digress. And they laughed it off. There's no way we can lose, blah, blah, blah. We're a team. We've been playing for a long time. Oh my God, guys. The 6 players that we amassed through gunfight waxed they ass. I mean, the sign of defeat was all over their face. It was glorious, especially after all that gloating they had done, that they weren't going to lose to 6 random people. The 6 random people that we had were murderers, including 2 of them were sponsored players. One guy just said he just plays online and a gunfight happened to be his thing, but he plays all the modes, so it wasn't going to be a problem for him to play CDL, Call of Duty League rules, right? That was another thing. The damn team didn't know most of the rules for CDL. Some of them played it, but not all of them. Like, how are you playing as a team and you have members of your team who don't know what the hell goes on in CDL? Like, can I run this? Can I run that? No, you can't. You can't. Why are you asking these questions? You're a professional, right? Whereas in our put together team of 6 players, like I said, 2 of them were sponsored players, right? And the others just kind of knew what was going on and they didn't care. They're like, we'll just shoot them. Tell us the rules, give us the guns, we'll just shoot them. It doesn't matter. And y'all, it was 3-0. No overtime, no extra time, no nothing. And if I was the owner of the esports team, I would have been damn embarrassed. You pay these players, you flew them out, and they got their ass waxed on the main stage. Their team sat on the stage, our team sat off to the side like some lowly peasants. But our team mopped them so bad. And they were trying to play it off, oh, good game or whatever. That team looked like somebody pissed on their baby. Pissed. Okay? horrible. Not to mention, while we were doing this, everybody that was there at the convention was fixated on us. And now, keep in mind, they had panels and they had people speaking and all this stuff. The people who were there didn't give a damn about that stuff. They were pretty much either ghosted, not there, or they were staff with nothing to do because there's nobody at their booth. Also, shout out to the vendors that weekend because I got to speak with a lot of them, and they were cool people. They were just unfortunate to have purchased a booth at a convention that didn't have any people. So all of those people definitely ate money. Nobody made a profit. There's no way that anybody there turned a profit for the weekend. The only way they have turned some type of profit is if you got your booth for free. And even then, you still have to look at overhead costs. Like, we had to drive all this shit down here. I had to get a van or any of that other stuff. Like, I needed to pack up. Like, so bad. So damn bad. So, let's go to the schedule. Because if you're wondering what I did or what we did, we came up with all the schedule for like all the gaming tournament stuff. We came up with all the games that were supposed to be played. If they got played or not, you know, that wasn't up to us. This is crazy. We just did so much for them. And while we were doing it, they had no problem with praising us. Oh, thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for like doing this and doing that. This worked out so well. Mr. Johnny Steverson, bruh. Like, don't act like you ain't gonna get named in this video. Your picture coming up too in a little bit, so boys know how you look, man. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with this no more, man. This is actually ridiculous. I'm kind of heated, y'all. So, you know, they told us how well we were doing for the weekend and all this other stuff. And these guys had like guests on guests on guests. And what's funny is like, so a lot of these guests were like really cool people. I think this guy, Auto Assassin, me and him were talking about like Apex and stuff like that. Nugget Babe was like pretty cool. No. It was Immortal Griff. It was Immortal Griff who was there streaming. But like they were just streaming. Like they all probably got flown out. They all had a hotel room. I know they probably all got their hotel room paid for in advance, but we got to go find our own damn hotel room. Now imagine if we'd just been like, we don't want to do this because we got to drive back and forth because you guys won't get us a hotel room. What then? What would you have done, Johnny? Come on, Johnny, tell me. Not a damn thing. You'd have been screwed, all right? So a lot of these guests, stop me if y'all know them. I don't know any of these motherfuckers. All right? I ain't know a damn one of them. But they all got flown out. They all got taken care of. We playing second fiddle for organizers of a tournament that you wanted us to run. Hello? But I digress. Anyway, all these people look bored as hell. They ain't have nothing to do but to stream their game of choice and play and chill. That's all they had to do. They didn't have to run around with chicken's head cut off or anything, man. We had to formulate all of this stuff, man. So, but these people were cool. Like, for the most part, when I met them, they were cool. Nothing to say negative about them. This is all about Galveston Esports, man. I wish there was... So, hold on. Let's go over to buy badges, all right? Ticket sales aren't active. They lucky. So, first off, y'all, they barely have updated this website. So if you can tell, right, let's go to home real quick. The only damn thing that's been changed on this website is the date, boy. The damn date is the only thing that's been changed on this. It was like November something to the something. It was earlier in November, right, that we did this. And that's the only thing that they've changed on this website. I've been able to go through and show y'all everything that we did, and I bet you they're gonna keep half of this shit up and try and do it again next year, or they're gonna get whoever the hell they get the trick and wrangle, because we got tricked, boy, into doing this. So they probably gonna keep this stuff up until they either keep it and they gonna try and do it again next year, or until they find somebody else, because I ain't doing it. And as far as I know, the people that were involved with me are no longer interested in working with these people either. Like, you know what I'm saying? Chaos, why are you so heated though? If the weekend went off, because you guys did it, why are you mad? What is the point of you being mad? It's done, right? The point of me being mad is the fact that they had agreed to pay us based on the amount of entrants into the tournament. And we had a considerable amount for Call of Duty. The other stuff, we couldn't really do anything about. People just didn't show up. But people wanted to play this Call of Duty tournament. And it wasn't much. Guys, when I tell you it wasn't much that was getting paid to us to do as much as we did to be the highlight of the weekend, that's what makes me heated. Me and the other two staff members, including Roy, we're going to get, after we did our calculations, $50 a piece. $50 for 3 days worth of work and planning. And this doesn't even count or include the pre-planning, coming up with the itinerary, the schedule, the game list, all that stuff. Don't count any of that. We were only getting paid based on how many people entered these tournaments. And when it shook down, it was going to be $150. And split between 3 main staff members, that is $50 a piece. I know most of you could just donate me $50 and be like, Chaos, get out of here with that stuff, man. But these boys were so tight, so damn tight, because wasn't nobody there. They fought us and still are fighting us on what we deserve. Now, how can you tell somebody, thank you, you guys were the highlight of the weekend and blase, and then after the fact is done, we don't want to pay you? Chaos, did they give you a reason why they didn't want to pay you? Did you do something? Did y'all violate a contract or anything like that? No, we did not. We were told after the fact that some people didn't pay for their damn badges. We're not in charge of the front, the very front of the convention center. If one of your people let these motherfuckers in without paying, that ain't got nothing to do with us. I'm going to tell you why that happened. Because there were so few people there that at one point, I'm pretty sure everybody recognized everybody's face. And at one point, I'm pretty sure they were just happy to see anybody in the place at all. Hell, at one point, somebody said, they sold 2,000 tickets. Like I said, it wasn't 100 people in that place. Crazy. All right? That is nuts. Where you get 2,000 people from? I ain't seen 2,000 people. I still ain't seen 2,000 people. I ain't gonna never see 2,000 people in somewhere like this. It's crazy. $50. That's all it took to make me mad. And that's not what made me mad. That's not actually the straw that broke the camel's back. The straw that broke the damn camel's back was the fact that they then tried to not pay us the $50 and then say, oh, well, y'all hotel for the weekend was more than that, more than $150. It was like $300. So if anything, we should be asking for the difference. That's what made me mad, guys. You should ask us for the difference on a failed convention that you guys hosted and we helped for? Really? That is insane. What? Now I could have seen if our numbers were like huge as hell, or maybe if they had even discussed that with us, like, hey guys, so since we're gonna be paying y'all based on entrance, we don't have a problem with paying for your hotel. However, we're gonna need some of that revenue back, at least out of what y'all get paid. But we weren't told that up front. In fact, we were just told that today. Today, is December the 7th, 2020. This convention has been over for a month already, and we are now just being told this information? Get the hell out of here, dude. What kind of business practice is that? What is going on? What kind of world are we living in where you retroactively tell us some shit like that? Especially after you pretty much sucked our dick over the weekend about what we did. Chaos and crew, you guys doing such a good job, man. Oh, God. Praise be to y'all for being here. But then after the fact, behind closed doors, you want to treat us like pieces of shit? I had to air this out. I had to come forward with this, bro. It's not even funny. I've probably made this funny, but it's not. And I mostly made this video not out of spite, not out of anger, but actually to warn people. Let's go back to home. Even though it was a complete failure, besides what we provided, these guys are doing it again, August 27th through the 29th next year. Same place. And it looks like probably gonna be same format. Or somewhere rather. I wouldn't have that damn esports team of theirs come back if I was them. If I was Johnny, I'd have fired the shit out of that team. The whole damn team would have been out on the damn street figuratively if they were fucking with me. Cause boy, them boys got mocked. Anyway, he's already on his Facebook looking for new sponsors, new people to participate and help out with the tournament. I'm here to urge and beg you. You don't have to be a player. You don't have to be a tournament organizer. I'm talking about sponsors. If you're thinking about sponsoring this tournament, these people, don't do it. I guarantee you, none of those vendors made their money back. And you're going to go chaos, but COVID. First off, do we really think COVID is going anywhere anytime soon? We might get a vaccine. I don't know. I'm not here to discuss that. What I am here to discuss is their bad business practices, their hollow promises, and their backsliding. We owe them money for a hotel that was never discussed. They didn't even want to get us a damn hotel, but they want us to be there every day on time to run them damn tournaments. What kind of logic is that? I don't know what to say beyond this point. Don't give them your business. That's what I can say. Don't give them your business as a spectator, as a player. Oh, well, the people who won, they're just now trying to get their money together. They said, oh, we'll pay them, but they ain't gonna pay us. And it's taking this long, a month, two after, and most of you guys will, well, big conventions usually, take a while to pay out. These boys wasn't trying to pay them at all because they said people didn't pay for their convention badges. Once again, not our problem. That's not our problem. Second off, they use Stripe to take the money instead of PayPal or any other well-recognized payment system that most FGC people or most conventions use because it's really easy to pay people out. They use Stripe, and then he couldn't remember his Stripe login and all this other. No. None of that has anything to do with us, your attendees, or any of that crap. All right, sometimes you got to cut your losses, but when you decide to go through with something as a business person, you need to honor that agreement. And we've had to fight them tooth and nail on just getting those people paid. And we made very, very good friendships with a lot of the players that we did have there because we had to interact with them all weekend. So we're looking bad. People are like, yo, what, I'm going to get paid? Where my money at? Where my money? Where my money? I need cash. We have to sit there and look at this like, we ain't even get paid, motherfucker. I don't know where your money is. I don't even know if they got it. But now, all of a sudden, they got it because a couple of the players, like I said, were sponsored, right? and they have some clout on the internet, and those boys threaten to make the video that I'm making right now. Then they paid that damn money up. The money's in the mail, so to speak. We'll see how long it takes for these players to like get their money, but they still refuse to pay us. Now, I don't know if this is going to reach a lot of people or the right people, right? But all I know is it needs to reach somebody, because this is not right. We put a lot of hard work and dedication into what we did because we take pride in our work, guys. To bring it down a little bit, we really try for the Houston community and any other event that we decide to try and help with. We do our best, and we brought our A game despite what we were provided over the weekend, and we did our best. But apparently to them, our best was not good enough, or at least not good enough to be paid. Fine, Johnny Stevenson. Hold on. Let me get up in here real quick. Try not to read too much of my feed. Sorry. Where he at? How you do this? Now, he don't even know this video is going to be out, but he going to get tagged in it. This guy right here. This guy, so nice to us all weekend. But once we're out of his face and the financials hit his body, this guy right here, not your friend. Not your friend. Now, he had another partner, and I don't know how much and the level that she was introduced or had a hand in the payment system or whatever. But I know one thing. This guy right here, bad for business. Bad for business. All right? I think that's it. Final notes, man. You know where we at. You know what we do. Especially if you know me and my partners. We try and bring the best that we can to whatever avenue that we're afforded. And we definitely did our best, despite not having all of the tools necessary to provide and bring the level that we wanted. We still did something for this convention, and we were the highlight of the weekend. He knows it too. Go to his page, let him know how bad this was, man. I'm not saying dox or harass this man or anything like that, but let him know that what he did was foul. And this is not right, dude. With that, I'm Chaos Overdrive, man. And I've never, ever done a video like this. I've never slandered any event. And I've been to some ill-prepared events to try and help or salvage whatever they got going on. But this had to take the cake, because not only did we provide what we said we could under the circumstances, but then we weren't even paid. When we had that agreement, do not support Galveston Island Esports. Do not provide any type of support to that man. Johnny, you foul, bro. Good luck with your tournaments and your Galveston convention next year without us.